Hello there, it's Vec Lewis. Just speaking to you here at the end of a working day about a strike that I'll be involved in next week that will run for 48 hours on campus and in which will participate members and supporters of those of us who are members of the National Tertiary Education Union, University of Sydney branch. So on Wednesday and Thursday next week, on the 11th and 12th of May, we will be striking and going on the picket line for 48 hours. This means we won't be teaching any classes, won't be staffing libraries, won't be meeting with students, won't be answering emails or doing any administrative or support work on those days. If you have me as a lecturer or tutor and you have classes on those days next week, classes won't run. This affects both on-campus and online classes. We're asking you, if you're in my classes or those of colleagues who will also be joining the strike, not to go to class, but instead to join us on the picket lines at the university entrances. So why are we striking? Well, we wouldn't be striking unless we had to. We've been negotiating with the university's management since last August for the new enterprise agreement, the contract that governs staff conditions and pay. Now, the university actually has quite serious problems that you may or may not be so aware of, but they're problems that union members want to fix. That is, for everyone's benefit. The strike is happening because management has been refusing our most important proposals. We want an end to exploitative casual employment at the university. More than half the university's workforce is employed in precarious casual positions without job security or entitlements like sick leave. We must end this. University employees do serious work. We must be in secure and ongoing jobs. We want to end overwork for staff. Overwork, including within the period of the pandemic, has reached chronic proportions. We want to introduce real controls. We want to ensure that those that lecture you or teach you in classes remain active in their research. Management want to be able to make academics teach more and decide what portion, if at all, they get for research, giving us less time to research. For students, this means even more overworked lecturers with less time either for students or to keep up with the latest knowledge in their field. We want to ensure that university management employs more Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Rates of First Nations employment have been stagnant for a decade. This just isn't good enough. Management needs to commit to a real strategy for First Nations employment and to take steps, real steps, to end systemic racism at the university. We want to bring real job security so that staff can do their jobs in the certainty that their employment is ongoing. We want to make the university more democratic. At the moment, crucial decisions are made by out-of-touch senior managers. We think that the people who do the work should have a greater role in deciding how the university runs. We also want a salary offer that at least keeps pace with inflation, which is a concern on many people's minds. Is it fair students are being asked to miss class? Well, staff aren't striking for self-interest. We're striking because negotiations aren't working to date, and we have to fix the serious problems at university. When staff go on strike, we sacrifice a day's pay, or with this strike 2 days, in order to campaign for fairer working conditions. Our working conditions are your learning conditions, so we're asking you to support us. We've gone above and beyond in the last few years to keep things going during COVID. And you've been there with us. So we're asking for you to be with us at this crucial point now. No one wants to have teaching disrupted, but missing a class is a small price to pay for the improvements to the quality of your and other students' education that will likely result if these strikes are successful. People miss classes all the time by reasons of illness, unexpected work commitments, or family obligations. This time, you're not going to miss any content since the class simply won't happen on those days. So why should students care about this? Management can't put students first by putting staff last. You deserve to study at a university where your lecturers and tutors aren't employed in insecure jobs with exploitative conditions, where lecturers and tutors have enough time to give you proper feedback on your work, where academics are given the time they need to keep up to date in their fields, where administrative staff are less overworked so that they have time to process inquiries and applications, and where academic and admin staff aren't being paid less to do more work. A little bit about the union, the NTEU. It's a trade union for university employees. Trade unions are voluntary associations of workers who campaign together for their rights at work. Trade unions have always been at the forefront of social progress. It's thanks to the activism of trade union members that we have weekends, paid sick leave, paid holidays, and other benefits. Employers don't just give us this out of the kindness of their hearts. They were pressured into it by union campaigns in the 19th and 20th centuries, especially strikes. The current strike is just one small part of a wider historical struggle for social progress and a fair deal for people who work. So we do ask you to join the union wherever you work. What exactly will happen on these days? Well, all classes in this subject and other subjects run by NTEU members are cancelled. On both days, union members will be standing at the entrances to the university and explicitly asking students and staff not to come onto campus. Ignoring this request and crossing the picket line is an extremely serious decision. It would mean that you are not prepared to support ordinary employees' struggles for fairer working conditions, which are also your education conditions. So please do support us. We are all in this together. Your lecturers, tutors, and admin staff greatly appreciate your support. So let's all contribute to the NTEU's campaign for a university that puts staff and students first. On May 11 and 12, don't come to class, but join your lecturers and admin staff on the pickets to campaign for a better, fairer uni for everyone. Write to your other lecturers and tutors, telling them that you support the union's campaign. Write to the VC, Mark Scott, asking him to treat staff fairly and not ignore our proposals for a better and fairer uni. Follow the campaign on Facebook, USyd NTEU Community, and Twitter, USyd EBA 2021. If management continue to ignore us, a further strike is planned for Tuesday, May the 24th, with more likely in second semester. Students and staff together for a better university. Thank you very much. See you on the picket. I hope to see you on the picket.